A lot of people have been asking about my build and how I did things to give more detail. So here we go. This is my kitchen build, and I don't know how many people are going to be able to use this because my ambulance is pretty unique. It's I've never seen one like it before. It has the bench seats on both sides, and it does not have the desktop side where people usually put their stove and their sink and all that. So if you have it, or if you're one of the people who decided to gut part of your ambulance out and start from scratch, I guess you could maybe use some of this info. Having the bench seat actually made it really easy because it's got a steel box, so I was able to build my own frame and bolt it down to the box all the way around on the bottom, and then bolt the back to the wall. And I was able to use the existing heavy-duty bolts that were on the actual steel seat that was on the hinge after I removed it. So it's on there pretty good. I would suggest if you do something like this, do not nail the 2x4s or whatever wood you use. It's just going to weaken over time from the movement of the vehicle. You want to use screws and wood glue, maybe even brackets, depending what you're building. But I just figured out how high I want the actual countertop, which I wanted to keep it pretty much like a house countertop height. And because of the steel box underneath, it also has a door that opens up to the outside in there. I found a water tank that would fit in there perfectly, and then I could mount my water pump and my heater and all that in there and just have a short run to the sink. And it also lets me keep the water inside, so I don't have to worry so much about it freezing if I'm somewhere cold. And it worked out pretty good. On the front of the cabinets, I decided instead of wasting a lot of time building actual cabinet doors and all that, and I decided I bought cabinets that fit perfectly on the front of the cabinet I built. So what I did was I just removed everything from the wood frame that the cabinet doors sat on back, and then I attached the cabinets I bought to the front, so it gave it a nice clean look, and it, like I said, just saved a ton of time for me having to build cabinet doors and route them and all that. And they fit perfectly, open perfectly, and like I said, just a much cleaner look than what I would have gotten probably if I tried to build it myself. For the countertop, I decided to go with a butcher block and just stained it and put a bunch of coats of polyurethane. I secured the butcher block down with well nuts drilled into the bottom of the countertop through the 2x4s, and I think I used about 8 of those, and I think I also put some fuse-it around the well nuts when I screwed them in, just to make them a little stronger. I got a nice sink off of eBay that was, I thought, pretty cheap and looks really nice. Doesn't look like a cheap camper RV sink. It looks like something you might have in your house. And that was easy enough to install. I'm not going to go through, hooking up the sink and the water pump and all that. There's plenty of videos on YouTube for that, and I am not a plumber. I like this a lot better than the little low countertop that would be in a regular ambulance. I had a bunch of scraps left over from different projects and extra diamond plate, so I decided to build a small cabinet for the top left side of the on top of the countertop, just for a little extra storage. I don't know really how to explain how I built it. I'll put a little slideshow up here so you can see the build process. It's just basically some scrap wood I cut up, glued together, and then added some diamond plate to make it match. And I'm also going to use, I've got some more of that wood I made the box out of that I'm going to use for accent pieces around the inside of the ambulance. I think I'm going to do something around the storage bays on top, and something around the big bay by the door when you come in on the right. I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. Either a roll top door, or I'm not sure, but I want something covering there. It's just an open bay on this one. And that's pretty much it for this part of the build.